During the holidays, you're probably transporting a lot, and that includes people. So one of the worst things you could probably have is if your car smells like a reindeer. Even if it's not Christmas, this is still perfect. Coming into my Christmas bag of things, we have these super cool charcoal activated HEPA filters. Now, what's super nice about these is that it's an upgrade for your Model 3, not just a replacement for the air filters, because as you know, the Model 3 doesn't come with a HEPA filter. So these are gonna enhance your air cabin quality so much better than any standard filter you can buy. So step one is going to be to remove this panel right here. For this panel, you can get any kind of pry tool. Some kits come with it. I'll have the kits that I use in the description below the like button, and you're just gonna want to shove something in there and then gently pry this off. You can hear the clips popping off. I'm gonna take it out, and boom, step one is done. This cover is off. Underneath, it's going to look like this. However, none of this is important for us. What is important is going to be up here. So what we're gonna want to do is take off this panel. So you're gonna want to get a T15 bit, and that's just gonna go in here. Screwing it to the right is gonna take it off. My lights are falling down, but that's perfectly fine anyways, because the next step is going to be to remove this top panel right here. It's just being held in with these little clips. There's about 7 of them. So you use a pry tool, pry those off, and then you can drop this carefully because the footwell light is connected. So just be aware of that. With all 4 of these removed, we can try and drop this panel. This middle part is easiest to come out first, so you're just gonna pull it down a little bit, and the whole thing is just gonna start falling out. You wanna drop that first part, and then it's just gonna pull forward. So you pull it forward, and it's slowly gonna slide out. I have these interior lights, I'm just gonna move them out of the way for now, and you're carefully, very carefully, just going to pull this down. You can see the wires and stuff are attached to it. This clip right here, you're going to press down on the back, and then you can wiggle it out. So that's removed. And the speaker, you can just pry up on this, and that's going to come out. Now you can see the white. This is the filter that you're going to want to remove. So I've been pulling at this air filter. There's 2 tabs, one for the top and one for the bottom. So you're just gonna take this top one, and you're gonna pull it out, and then once it starts coming out, you can just grab it, slowly wiggle it out, and then we'll get to the bottom one in a second. Oh, it smells. That is pretty dusty. This was the side facing the cabin, so that's what you're breathing in. Well, actually, no, that's not what you're breathing in. That's what I'm breathing in. Now time for the bottom one. You're just gonna pull up. Oh, okay. This one is extremely dirty, and a lot of stuff just fell out of that. You can also see a bunch of little guys right down there. That is a lot of bugs. What I'm going to do is pop this open, come around here. You can see there's a lot of leaves and stuff here. You don't want any of that getting into your air filter system. We're gonna come back to this in a second, because this is a horrible design. It doesn't suck leaves in because of this grill, but it sucks a lot of water in. There's a small drainage port at the bottom, but because of negative pressure that is in there, it's going to suck water into the air filter, which if you can smell mold, that's what that is. So we're gonna come back to this, take care of it in a second. But we're gonna just run the air condition to try to get anything out that we can. You can use like a little vacuum or a blower thing to also get any particles out from there as well. Maybe it wasn't the best idea to park under a tree, huh? And after you clean all the leaves off your car, that's a lot, that's enough time. So we're gonna go back in here, turn off climate control, get your new filters. You can see they have these cool charcoal beads. This is the way that they're gonna go in. You can see from the tab, it's gonna filter this way. Nice and white, compare them to what we had here. Big difference. So we're gonna take these, put them in with the little marbles facing us. We got both of these. So we're gonna take one, slide it in here, just like that, drop it all the way down, grab the other one. This one's a little bit tighter, but slide it in just like that, no problem. We're gonna do this in reverse order now, or at least I'm going to. And take this little panel, it's gonna slide up to get it into position, and then you can push it in like this. And it actually holds itself pretty well, but you're still gonna need to screw it in. So take this and just hand tighten it. From there, we can take this panel and put it back. Remember, this has to slide in and then push up. So that's the motion. Before you do that though, make sure you reconnect your footwell lighting as well as the speaker. From there, again, there's like little tabs. You're carefully gonna want to slide it on. And from there, you'll feel it click into place. Once that's installed, you obviously have to take your little pins and push them back in to hold it steady. So now we're just gonna take our panel here. Mine has a little notch in it cut out for my LED lights. I gotta make sure that goes back how I want it to. And you're just gonna push this back into place. Once you line up all the holes, you can just push it in. Or if you're as aggressive as I am, you can just punch it in. So now we're gonna remove the problem area. I'm gonna take this out. And if you don't know how to remove the frunk, there's basically 7 bolts. It's gonna be 2 here, 2 underneath this, 1 there, and then 2 under here. Check out the video in the description below the like button for more details if you still need help on moving it. I'm gonna take off this little cover. It's just popping it out, all these white tabs, simply pulling it up like that. So this is just kind of slid in, and all you need to do is pull up a little bit and pull it straight forward. And that's just gonna release this. Now the problem area with this is the back part right here, it's like kind of wide. And so it's not making good clearance with the tubes and with this up here. Okay, you wanna make sure on this side that you clear these wires because you don't wanna pull up on them. Kind of push them underneath it. That way you can get this above it. Now that that's above it, you don't have to worry about it like cutting anything. Boom. Oh. Okay, well, it doesn't need to come off all the way. We'll just let it sit like that, and then we can pull this out. You can see that this is what's gonna be funneling your air in. It sucks it in this way, and then the air is gonna go into the car this way. This is what's pressed up against the firewall of the car. So think of this as your cabin. It sucks the air in this way. Now, there is a small drain for the water. There's actually a leaf in it right now. Don't worry about that. So there's small drain for the water, but you can imagine this tiny drain is not going to prevent tons of water. And I get that there's a little gap here. You can see there's a little lip right here. My fingers are curling over it, and that should theoretically prevent all the water from getting in, but that doesn't prevent it. You see that there's some water stains inside of here, and that's from the water actually being sucked into the cabin. That's all that water. It's dirty water. And if it stayed actually down here and then went through the drain port, you wouldn't see all of this dirt around here because the water is literally being sucked in by the fan. This air duct, I'm not gonna use it. Instead, what I'm going to do is run it naked. If you look in here right now, that little grill is where the air would go in. It's just gonna suck it straight from there. There's not gonna be anything that sucks it down and in. So theoretically, no water should be able to make it inside of there. And that goes straight into there. Filters are that we just replaced. And again, I think this is a much better way to do it because no way is water getting down in there. So you should not have any of that mold spell. If this helps, leave a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment below. And if you have any other friends that have Teslas that have this problem, share it with them and see what they think. And that's all you need to do. You have completely fresh air now. You won't smell like reindeer pee. And if you do, you know it's not your cabin filtration system. So if you want some HEPA filters for your Model 3, check that description below the like button. Bye.